From a hosted 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Denver Broncos. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And here's Lewis. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready, got it. Ready. Hey, kill. 36. 12. Hey, kill. Open. 21.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Ready. Got it. Yes. 11.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And a 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Anderson. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. On 2nd down, here's Keenan. Forced out to his left. And some room to roam now. Finding room inside the 40. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
Down. Hey, take 53, 55. 22.
Now a 1st down throw. Keenan. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On 3rd down, that's Lindsey. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I go right at him with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Emmanuel Sanders taking it in. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And out of bounds there on the kick. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 40.
Get set. Here we go.
Breeze hands to Ingram. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers. Freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Hey, kill. Ready. 90. 21. Good. Line 4. Ready. 12.
On second down, here's Breeze. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Thomas. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Ready. We're waiting. 21. 12.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
22.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down.
Let's go. Edwards got 4 down. Hey, go, Roger.
Here's Henderson, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. And they'll go on the ground. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Take two.
On 3rd and long, it's Keenum. Escaping the pressure right. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. And they'll go to the ground attack here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Play action, it's Keenum. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
22. Roger.
From the gun, here's Keenum. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Cortland Sutton, 32 yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
McManus now for the extra point. McManus's point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Go ahead, go. 36. 11. 12.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this.
Got it. 11.
On first down, Breeze going up top. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Let's go.
On first down, it's Keenum. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here you go, boys. No, Rodney. Hey, Mike's right. Hey, 52. Hey, go, Rodney.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Hey,
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Mary left.
They get it to him running left. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 21-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And here's Lewis. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here in some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Kill. Easy, under. Ready. Okay, we're waiting. 21. Ready for shot.
Breeze now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll let it fly in the direction again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. We saw this franchise do this back in the 09 Super Bowl. The Saints will start the second half with an onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. And where have we seen this before from Sean Payton?
That's ambush. We've seen that. What was it, Super Bowl 44?
44.
Right? New Orleans against the Indianapolis Colts. Right after the half, they get it done. I'm so sorry to jump in. I just violated partner and booth etiquette 101.
That's all right. If you come in with an ambush and you come in strong like that, I feel like it's justified.
My apologies, but boy, what a play.
They'll run with Henderson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Now they'll run it on the toss. And not much running room. Down to the 32. In on the tackle, Alex Okafor.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And they'll run it here. Space to run past the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On the carry is Henderson. He stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. But he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Off the play fake, Keenum. Floating one, incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They do snap it to Keenum. And he's taken down here by the Saints. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Saints will have the football back. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Here we go, D. Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady. Under. 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Got it. Watch the pass. I got it. 13. Mike 21, 21. Get set.
Breeze now on 1st down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Two. 11. Ready. You ready? 21. Got it. Here we go. 12. Check. Motion out of the backfield.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
To throw, it's Breeze. They go screen. This is Ingram. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
12, 21. Check, watch 54. Hey, come on, O. 11.
Now Breeze got to have this one. And this is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And now the football is going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Go.
Keenum now on first down. Under pressure, they got him again. Sheldon Rankins able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. To throw on second down is Keenum. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing on third down, Keenum. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So a bullet dodge there defensively. They surrender excellent field position on the kick return, but it winds up not costing them a thing.
And that's a tough sequence of events from an offensive perspective. The inability to get first downs leads to the field goal try. And the inability to cash that in leads to nothing on the scoreboard.
12. 21. Over. 0-2.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Breeze now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
11. Ready. Ready. Easy. Loki. 11. Hey, 2. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now Breeze. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
After the interception, here's Keenum. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. He's at the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Demaryius Thomas, 77 yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
11. 21.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Ready. Kill. 21. Got it. 11.
Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Ready. We're waiting. 21.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And Gaines got it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10.
Single. Hey, 52. Hot. We're good.
Keenum's going to throw it here. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. It's the safety, Kirk Coleman. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead.
11. Good set.
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down.
Sammy!
So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Here's Breeze to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, 28 yards. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Lutz now to kick this one away. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and
smile.
shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Hey, let's go.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here.